I have all my books right here with me. These are all the books that changed my life and I'm sure they're gonna change yours. So let's get started. Guys, I'm Jyotsna and today we're gonna talk about the top 7 self-improvement books that I have read which have completely transformed my life. Are super powerful with like very strong messages which are either going to inspire you or are going to make you believe that you can become the best version of yourself. And I totally owe it to all these books. Strongly believe that I transformed and became a better version of myself after reading these books. So without any further delay, let's get started. I'm pretty sure you would have at least come across a reel, TikTok, or some sort of book recommendation. This is a pretty popular one, and as you can see from all the bookmarks that I have, that I am obsessed with this book. Basically, this book discusses about self-limiting beliefs and how you need to make 4 promises to yourself in order to live a fulfilled life. We were never meant to be domesticated. We were always meant to have our own independence and freedom. The book also talks about social norms and how in a way we are all like domesticated. That is, we are influenced by social rules or norms that are set by people or created by people. This book talks a lot about having that sort of awareness, and you can bring that to life by doing 4 different things. So the first one states that you need to be impeccable with your word. So what you dream, feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the words that you really put out. So you need to be very mindful and aware about what you're talking, how you're talking, whether your tone is positive or negative. The next one is don't take anything personally. When you take something personally, it means that you're agreeing with it. So there is a huge freedom that comes when you take nothing personally. Keep that when you do not take anything personally, you have zero reaction towards it, you give it zero energy. Next is don't make assumptions. All the sadness and drama you lived in your life was rooted in just making assumptions. The next is always do your best. So in any circumstances in your life, just try to do your best, not more or not less than your best. So there are so many times where we're going to see rejections, we're going to go through failures, but always knowing in your mind and in your heart that you've given your best and you did what you could, there are better opportunities coming. Just having that sort of a positive mindset and giving your 100% in everything, whatever it is. So yeah, in short, this book really talks about these 4 rules or these 4 agreements that all of us should follow to just live a fulfilled life. This one is actually a story, but it is one of those life-changing, making your dreams come true, making something impossible turn into reality kind of story. It's The Alchemist. It's sort of like a spiritual story which involves navigating around a boy's life. Basically about this boy who's a shepherd and who keeps getting this recurring dream about finding treasure near the pyramids, and he goes in a quest in order to find that treasure. During this whole path where he navigates, he goes through a lot of ups and downs, he goes through a lot of difficulties. Even with the toughest and the most difficult situations, the boy never gives up. The message behind this book is very inspiring and very heart-touching. It just gives you a lot of positivity and it shows you that your dreams are not impossible. And I would consider this to be my most favorite book ever, and this is a very big statement because I've read more than 200 books, so saying that this is my absolute favorite is a very big statement. So yeah, so if you're into like a spiritual story or you're looking for a story that's inspiring and not necessarily non-fiction, then I would definitely recommend you to check out The Alchemist. So the next book I have for you is The Manifest, and this is a step-by-step guide on how to manifest your dream life. If you have ever heard briefly or you've come across the concept of law of attraction or law of assumption, this book is basically that. It just simplifies and gives you practical step-by-step guidance on how to apply the concepts of law of attraction or law of assumption. So this book gives you a total of 7 steps in order to live your best life and to really get your best version out there. Step 1 is to be clear in your vision. Step 2 is to remove any fear and doubt that you have. Step 3 is to align your behavior. 4 is to overcome tests from the universe, that is usually challenges or any sort of drawbacks or fallbacks that you have. That is just the universe trying to test you. The next is embrace gratitude. That is always being grateful in life, always having a sense of gratitude, no matter where you are, what kind of stage or level you are. The next step is to turn envy into inspiration. And the last step is to trust in the universe and believe that you are going to receive miracles and you are going to receive what you have asked for. The book is like the no bullshit book. This gives you like a proper step-by-step guide as to what you need to do realistically, and some of the things that this book tells is not really more towards a spiritual side, because you will see that when you do apply it, it is more of a mindset shift than on, oh, I'm just going to believe I'm going to do it and that's how I'm going to do it. No, this book actually talks about putting in the action, doing what you can, changing your mindset, changing your perception. It's not about magically just visualizing something and acting like it's just going to come and sit on your lap. It's about visualizing it, knowing what exactly you want, and taking simple actions and setting your goals in such a manner that you are fulfilling and getting closer to what you're visualizing. If you are new to the concept of law of attraction and you don't really understand it, then I would say get this book and read this first before you read any other book. Again, continuing with the whole law of attraction theme, you must have heard of the book Secret, or you've at least heard about the documentary or the movie The Secret that was released. The Secret is the first book that I came across which made me understand that there is something called law of attraction, and I was actually using it unconsciously without realizing. Honestly, there were times when I was really in like a bad or a negative situation where I knew that the outcome was going to be bad, but just having that faith, believing in myself, actually helped me legit get successful or change the outcome or the narrative of what the situation was. And sometimes it used to scare me, like, how is this even possible, because I did not anticipate this, I did not expect this, so how did I get it? But just having that stupid delusional mindset of like, I'm gonna wing it, I'm gonna do it, and just having that unwavering faith and belief in myself made me achieve things that I thought were nearly impossible. Another book by the same writer, which says The Secret to Love, Health and Money. So it is basically like a masterclass which divides the book into 3 different sections, which is health, money and love, or relationships. And it talks about all the things that you need to do, again, simple actions that you need to take, how you need to believe in yourself, and what kind of mindset you need to have in order to get the best of all these 3 areas. The book I have for you is this one, which is The Mountain Is You. So if you're looking for a book that literally feels like therapy, then this is the book. The book talks a lot about topics like self-sabotage, trauma, inner child healing, and just understanding how to deal with pain and how to still live your best life even while you're dealing with pain, and how to overcome your fears, self-doubt, things like that. Mostly what I like about this book is it states that most of the things that we're worried about or we're thinking about, our insecurities, our traumas, all of this is internal more than it is external. For example, the amount of things that I judge myself for is actually a lot more than what other people are thinking about me or judging about me. Like, I feel like I am like the worst critique or the worst person when it comes to criticizing myself, and it's just not right. It made me sort of realize and come to that awareness that we judge ourselves, we self-doubt ourselves, and it is usually all internal. Like, nobody's thinking that way about us. Frankly, nobody even cares that much to even think about us or to even have the time to judge us. The book is super life-changing, helps you identify your self-sabotaging behaviors and how to cope with it, how to deal with them, and what exactly to do. So yeah, this book got me a new perspective, learned a lot about myself. Again, very amazing, life-changing book, and I cannot stop recommending it. The next book is actually an ebook. I do not own a physical copy of it. It's The Compound Effect. Perfect, amazing book. It tells you in very simple terms the secret to success. Compound effect basically means that you make small, seemingly insignificant actions which lead to huge results over time. It basically means taking simple actions but taking it over a period of time. That is when you see the results. Compounded in a period of time is when you see the actual results coming up. So yeah, that is an amazing book. It gives you practical tips again and tells you how you can apply the compound effect in every area of your life to get the best benefits and the best results. So the last book is The Atomic Habits. You guys know how obsessed I am with this book. I have a video where I summarize, tell you all the practical tips from this book and all the lessons that I learned from this. I feel like this is that one book I need to revisit and reread every year just to get my concepts clear and to get a better understanding and to always have it in my mind. It tells you how to eliminate bad habits, like maybe you want to quit smoking, quit drinking, so it gives you practical tips on how to eliminate those bad habits, and at the same time gives you practical tips on how to develop a good habit, like waking up earlier, meditating, things like that. Yeah, this is the first book actually that got me into the whole self-help book obsession. This was the first book that I read which inspired me, and that's when I started reading so many other books on self-improvement, but no book comes close to this one. This one just has like a special place in my heart. But yeah, if I could ever recommend you to read just one self-help book, then it is Atomic Habits. I love this book and I cannot stop recommending this book. I've recommended it to all my friends. So yeah, if you really want to know all the lessons and how I inculcate the lessons from this book, then do check out my video on Atomic Habits. So yeah, that was it guys. These are all the books that I recommend you guys to read. If you have any book recommendations, books that have literally changed your life, then leave it down in the comments below. I'm always looking forward to reading new books. I've read more than 200 books, but I cannot stop my book obsession. So if there is any other book that you think was life-changing or possibly inspiring for you, then leave it down in the comments below and I'll check it out. Thank you so much for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Lots of love. Bye. And recommend to you all